Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Last time, we took down the Light Warden of Ilmeg, the former king Titania. And no sooner do we do this than our lovely Feul takes up the mantle and helps drive the Yulmorans out of Ilmeg before they can cause us any real problems. Of course, Ranjit literally didn't care. He just was like, fine. My army's being turned into, trees. I suppose I'll just walk away. Then we had us another lovely little heart-to-heart with Artbert, and it's now time to pick up the quest again. With, oh yeah, then there's that. I forgot. Emet-Selch decided, you know what? Screw trying to kill you. I'm going to help you. This guy's gonna be a card, I can guarantee it. Good morning to you, sir. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the Ocula. He asks that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Well, it's only, 8 in the morning? Eorzean time seems pretty early. Judging by that banner, I wonder if Emmett's gonna be in here already, or if he's just gonna let himself in afterwards. Don't see him. And we've got almost all the Scions. We're just missing Ishtola at this point.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Oh, he is here. Ah, he's just hiding behind Uranje's massive body. Lovely. Who let him in?
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon?
Yeah, I suppose you did.
Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
Ah, that's what your game is. At least part of it. You're trying to figure out who the Exarch is.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies.
Okay, there's definitely something else going on.
Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs.
I suppose? The fisticuffs are so much fun!
And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity.
Hey, we haven't rejected you out of hand yet. We're still thinking.
Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy.
Do not like that look.
For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
Yes, I'd hate to be boring. And there he goes. Well, at least now we know he's watching.
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
Jury's still out on that one, man. A kernel, perhaps. Not one jot. I don't know. But if he crosses us, I'll make him wish he hadn't. The best lies have a kernel of truth, so odds are good there's at least some truth to what he's saying. But he's definitely leaving parts out.
If he simply meant to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters.
Alright.
I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
I mean, it's not like your problem isn't you can't kill the Light Wardens, it's you have no way of containing the light afterwards.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amarang, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown.
Of course they are.
Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
Oh man, I just got everybody together and you want me to split up again?
I'll take Amarang in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Yeah, just don't get caught by Vothri, please.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
Uh-huh.
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me.
She's probably cross with you for bringing her here in the first place.
You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
Oh. Is he inviting me to Smash?
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vothri.
Oh god.
He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
Oh, that ain't a trap at all, jeez.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take.
You better take some backup. At least take Lina with you.
Master Alphinaud, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Oh, that'll end well. Oh yeah, just walk right up with the artist that Vothri's looking for. That'll go over smooth.
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
One big group nod and we're off to Raktika. Of course, I have no idea how to get there. Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather the ruins of a church, at Fort Joe. Might I ask you to go there before seeking out Y'shtola? It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yeah, I wonder why. Worshipping the light that's trying to kill everybody right now would be a bad idea. Yet within that hall there remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove of use to Y'shtola. At the very least, Such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. A most considerate proposal. Very well. Ere we depart for Raktika, we shall journey on to Fort Jove that we might secure this relic. And that's where we're going. And of course, it's just lovely weather here in Lakeland. Must be lake effect rain. Here amidst these ruins, we will find the Church of the First Light, and within that hollowed hole, the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. Quick? I can be quick. What do we need? Just a little faith. And we're up to level 74 quests. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which did then rise from the fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Raktika Greatwood. But that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. What am I looking for? Just survey the area, huh? Well, I'm gonna do a little aerial surveying. Ah, I see. An underground passage. No wonder the marker is saying it's below me. You sneaky little buggers. Thank goodness there's altitude markers now. I do not remember if there were altitude markers when I did this quest on my original character, but I'm super glad we have them now. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek.
It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now have always borne the scars of decades of disuse.
I assume being underground has helped kind of keep this one intact. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the whole from the ravages of time. Yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. It's in use. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark. And its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed. Who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed, 'twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Often many times did Yomor make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. Thank goodness for that. The Exarch knoweth full well that Ishtola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. Something in particular? The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Most people don't just, break ancient tablets. It was literally right in front of me. Search your surroundings for the tablet. Oh, it's a first-person search. Alright. Tisket, a tasket, I'm looking for a tablet. Oh, Thancred. Orange. Menthilia.
I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer.
Torch? How high up can I go? I can't go very high with this, so Alright. Were the tablet a fragment of Holy Scripture, should most assuredly rest here on this altar. Yet this would, I presume, also have been where the Blessed placed the font of seeing used in the practice of their faith. Whither then would they have set their tablet? Thancred? Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? Well, you got me. I guess we're just gonna have to nose around and try and find it. Aha! I found you, you little bugger! Man, that was hard to find. You have located the time-worn tablet. Guys, I found it! It's in the central table. Within the altar, thou sayest. Why didn't I think of that? Wow, that is surprisingly obvious. I mean, seriously, it should have been like one of the first places we looked, but still, so it goes. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious. These engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are written in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. Well, isn't it convenient that that's where we're headed? 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Y'shtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Sounds good. Into the dark we go. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must ne'er be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and, in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Y'shtola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. Ah! That explains the trailer, when you called her Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the blessed present. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the Great Woods border. Oh, so there was a border guard preventing me from getting there. Probably a good idea. I would have gone there on my own if I had the chance. Yep, that is locked up tight. Wait a minute, traveler. What business brings you here? I am headed for the woods. Yes, of course. Right away, sir. Ooh, I forgot how much I like this song.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
And time to go to the Raktika Greatwood and its amazing song.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable.
Really?
Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Ah, speaking of man and foothold.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule!
Man, this ain't the Garlean Empire.
Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
I love this.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
What? Aren't you bold?
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly.
Yeah, it's kind of bright out.
To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
Really? He's weakened by the light. Interesting. I mean, I have kind of always assumed that Ascians were dark aligned, but still.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Really? Come on, Dankard, his commentary is what makes him such an interesting character. I mean, honestly, Emet-Selch's a smarmy son of a bitch, and I love it. 'Tis plain our Ascian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead. But otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner, and so long as the Light Warden remaineth, the Sin-Eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without succors. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the Blessed succumb. 2 years passed, a swarm of Sin-Eaters did lay waste unto their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in so doing. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls in want of a guiding hand. For a mercy, Y'shtola hath provided that which they sorely needed. Yeah, protection probably. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps, to Fort Gone. I'm guessing that's that in the distance. Well, beforehand, 346 to the northeast. That might actually be pretty close to the fort. Not too far from the fort. Might actually be in the northern part, but oh boy, this place has seen better days. I wonder if this is who we saw getting bombed during the trailer, or maybe this was from the Sin-Eater attack. Regardless, this place is definitely uninhabited. Right?
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Oh, who's that?
Now, surround them!
Oh crap. It's a trap! Well, they're not Yomoran. Oh dear. Yep. Hands up. Don't shoot. Even Emmett's like, fine.
These Sin-Eaters, they're not like the others.
Really? Like, we're just normal people. You really think we look like Sin-Eaters?
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
Wow, you guys have really been here too long.
They mean to kill us all.
And that was auto advance, by the way. Please, we're not Sin-Eaters. Gupo? Yeah, no, seriously, not Sin-Eaters. Why don't we ask for Matoya?
Perhaps they speak the truth.
That'd be obvious at that point. Besides, you think they'd recognize Uran-J?
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so I retire to the shade.
Oh dear.
Good luck.
Well, this was gonna set him off. Crap.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Yeah, that's true. La Habrea was definitely not the troll that Emet-Selch is.
Enough. Runar, report.
And if you don't recognize that voice, well, I can't help you.
Master Matoya!
God dang, Y'shtola, you went to the dark side. Looks good on you.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Oh. Shoot. Sorry, that's me.
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether.
Or maybe it's gotten worse since I sucked up 2 light wardens.
Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not.
Oh shit. She doesn't recognize me.
There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Oh dear.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us.
Yeah, can't say our name, unfortunately, because voice lines, but still.
Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
Recognize me now, girl?
It cannot be.
It's been too long, clearly. Nice to see you too, Master Matoya. You really thought I was a Sin Eater? Yeah, it's you've been here too dang long. Oh. She's shedding a tear for us.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons.
Thank you.
Forgive us this hostile welcome.
Yeah, apparently I am a beacon of light at this point. Good lord.
Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
So you've made yourself right at home. I almost felt for a second like I was dealing with a cult. Weird. And Y'shtola in her new outfit being the cult leader.
You have been busy since arriving in the First, I gather. But I would hear the tale of your travels in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate and you will find me soon enough.
Fair enough. Gives me an opportunity to chase down that ether current that should be close by. Ah, I can actually see it from here. Rather convenient. I knew it was in the fort, I just, had to see it. Or, yeah, it's, how do I reach that? Ah. Making it difficult for me, aren't we? Well, our first Raktika ether current. This must be the place.
There you are. I was beginning to worry.
Sorry, had to go pick up an ether current, that's all.
Much like the Twelves would, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed.
Like the 12s would, huh? I mean, the only thing I've seen is just random stray monsters, and those haven't been that much of a threat.
Sliverbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself.
Emet-Selch would be right at home here.
It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people.
Oh, don't worry. I had enough of the feasting thing dealing with the Fae. Trust me. I need it.
Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
Yeah, good idea. This story's not meant for the first ears, trust me. Now that we're done filling her in.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own.
Yeah, he's not good at giving the whole story.
My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Wow, this even looks like Matoya's old place. All it needs now is a couple magic brooms.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded.
By what? Sin Eaters?
Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape.
Ah, and apparently they all wear heels.
Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me.
Still is too dang smart for the Exarch.
Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
Yeah, or, like, he has some way to see the future.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city?
And do a bunch of errands.
Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world.
Yeah, just arriving in a new world just means she's got a whole new set of mysteries to uncover and play with.
Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Ooh, right to the heart.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Denial. Denial, my friend.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Definitely a good idea. Oh, that's the quest. And more importantly, another piece of gear for me to put on and play with. Which I should do really quick. Also, I have a headpiece. So, new headpiece. New leg piece. Well, the headpiece kind of blends in with the one I currently had, so it's not too terrible. A day in the neighborhood.
I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alice and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the first.
Change is part of life. We can but hope it's changed for the better. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you've changed. I don't want Estola angry at me. She'll bite my head off.
You're right. And after my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worst. I will have to speak to him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Citabo. If there is anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza.
Well, apparently that's what I'm going to go do, is speak with Runar at the plaza. That and make sure I'm attuned to the aetheryte in this area, so when I have to go wandering around the world, I can get back here super easy and not have to, trek back the hard way constantly. What you got for me, Runar? Crap. What voice did he have? Yeah, just make something up at this point.
Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail?
Am I really gonna give him the real name?
From the Crystarium. I see. And this tablet you brought may help us find a Light Warden here in Raktika? Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around.
And apparently Minfilia is going to tag along too.
Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she?
If not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire.
With our priest slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say we were not hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark.
The sunless sea, yeah, that's what they call the night sky, right?
But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbow. To show reverence for the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me.
Won't be that bad. Just a couple bloodletting rituals, that's all. Whew, it is dark in here.
Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment, that I might rid you of the light's impurity?
I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna need an ass load of water to get rid of this stuff that's on me, because I have been seriously deep in this stuff. Kneel. I think I just pat. Yep, there it was. Alright, give me my baptism of the night. Trust me, 2 light wardens worth of light. You do not have enough water in this chamber to wash it all off of me. Oh, damn, that's cold.
As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle.
Oh god, it's actually hydrochloric acid!
And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel?
Well, my skin hasn't melted, so that's a good sign.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint, dark energy. Interesting. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoke of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect. Unless... Oh god, they're actually Sin Eaters! By the gods, Master Matoya was right! You are Sin Eaters!
No, just relax.
I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alin Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say, good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I'd hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Alin Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They're like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways.
When in Rome, put the chat mode and say, enter Alin Tuta to greet the villagers of Slitherbow. And of course you're gonna have me do this 3 bloody times. Alright, first off, for you!
The elderly woman smiles warmly.
Oh. Well, that was an easy one. And an Alin Tuta to you, madame. Madame?
Ah, a newly come traveler. Alin, Chizzy, and welcome to Citabo. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods.
Feels like a commune almost. And lastly to you, Sir Allen Tuta. Allen Chisi. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Tea? Well, most poisons can be used as medicines in the proper quantities, so that makes sense. Of course, conversely, a lot of medicines can be super poisonous if taken in the wrong proportions.
Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There's still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they built such a thriving community.
Yeah. These guys definitely know how to deal with everything that's going on right here. Alright, I think we can get one more quest in, right? A helping hand.
Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask.
Fair enough.
Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand?
Yeah, we can do that. It would be my pleasure. I'd rather not. No, I am the gopher of light / darkness. I do anything and everything.
We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square.
Wow, really? That sounds super easy.
May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling, and the other the watering. Speak with,
how am I gonna say that? Ursabel.
Speak with Ursabel when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. She asked me to do it, but now I get to foist it off on you. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Right then, I'll fill, you water.
I mean, it's easy enough, right?
This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out.
Take the jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 45 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to Minfilia and try again. Ready, go! Run! I'm on the clock! Who the heck has a leaky jug as the only way to transport water? You people are crazy. I mean, thankfully, I'm really not going that far. You've watered half of the plot. Fetch another jug and take care of the rest. You monsters. You're making me do it twice? Now watch, I'll have less time when I do it the second time, right? 45 was just so I could find my way there.
Was there enough water for the plot?
Half. Need another one.
Only half? I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you.
Take another jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 30 seconds this time to complete the task. Should you fail, return to Minfilia and beg forgiveness. Run! Run, run, run. You people drive me nuts. Seriously? Like, nobody can just patch this thing? Or fire another one? Oh, and I had to run farther this time too, just for good measure. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. There you are. I have watered your flowers for you. Or whatever else you plan to be growing in here.
Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something?
Yeah, I watered your plants.
You watered the crops? Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Tudia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we could do to help? We could plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more.
Remind me of the Numo in that case. Take only what is given.
I don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier amongst anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be?
Not really.
Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is history that is told, and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of those souls. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light.
Maybe those gods are what made the Light Wardens.
But soon, they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth, they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies, in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray, for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes.
Well, give me a couple more episodes, I'll whack a Light Warden in this area, and yeah, you'll get to see it for yourself, hopefully.
We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. There's so many seeking paradise in Yormore. It's refreshing to find people who value a humbler experience. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly professions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive.
Some serious food for thought from Infilia there. Oh. She's definitely lost in thought now. Well, that was interesting. It seems Runar has our next quest, but I think this is a good place to stop for now. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more adventures in Novrant, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.